Hi, what's up you guys? Welcome. My name is Sonia, and if you don't know me, I love reviewing luxury beauty and high-end beauty, but I do like to make it dummy proof, me being the dummy of course. I like my makeup to be beautiful. I don't mind spending a pretty penny, but I do like the makeup to apply very easy. I want simple makeup, and that's kind of what I go for. And if that's something you like, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. Now today is going to be kind of an impromptu type of video because I did not plan to do this video today. I planned something else, but I kind of felt uninspired by that video, and then I saw a video by Martina Lily. I recently subscribed to her channel. I just love her personality. I feel like we have very similar taste. I think she's from Australia. If you don't know her already, she has way more subscribers than me, but if you don't know her already, she has a really great channel. She has a lighter complexion than I do, so maybe a great one to follow as well if you like the content that I'm creating. Anyway, I saw her do a all about my blush collection, like the blush tag. She did this 5 days ago, and I got really inspired. She was inspired by, of course, the ever so great Michelle Wong. Michelle Wong credits Samantha March, I believe. So I don't know who started this tag, but I wanted to get in on the fun. So I collected some of my blushes here. I actually did the B-roll. I was too lazy to do the B-roll at first. I was like, oh, I don't want to do it. I just want to get into the video, but I know a B-roll really helps you guys out to show you guys what the colors look like and just how it looks on my skin tone. So here we go. I thought, let's not be a lazy YouTuber and let's just do a B-roll and let's talk about the blushes. Also, all of this is filmed in a combination of studio lighting and natural lighting. Like most of you know, I've kind of been tweaking my lighting a little bit. The winter time is coming in the Netherlands, and it's so gray toned. Everything is so gray, and I definitely feel like this represents the color of the product much better than if I just do natural lighting at the moment. In the summer I want to go back to natural lighting, but I did get a lot of comments from you guys that the lighting wasn't up to par, so I hope this really helps. It's gonna be the first time of me doing this lighting. I'm intrigued. Anyway, let's get into the video. So the first question on the blush tag is, which one is your newest blush? And the newest blush I own is actually this one by Pat McGrath. This is part of their holiday collection. The only thing that I picked up from the holiday collection, and I was just really drawn to this blush. I hear great things about this formula, so I was really eager to try it out. And this is definitely a blush color that I'm very familiar and comfortable with. I don't really know what it is described as, but it definitely kind of gives me those like beigey pink toned, like muted pink vibes. And this one had like a pearlescence to it. The embossing is absolutely beautiful. Pat McGrath really kills it with her packaging. Although I do like the raised embossing when it comes to the black packaging, it's very cohesive with the line. Now Pat McGrath labs herself. She does makeup so beautiful, but her makeup brand I do feel like is a little bit for more creative types. I'm definitely more of a, you know, basic bitch, and I'm definitely leaning into the whole basic. I'm okay with being basic, and this one really caught my name. So newest blush in my collection, currently really loving it so far. Formulation wise, it's a little harder pressed in the pan than I imagined, but it does really show up on the skin. It gives a nice pigment. You can really build up the color. So both in, I guess, formulation and of course in packaging, I definitely feel like it's a win-win. I don't know if I'll pick up more of these blushes, but for right now, I'm really happy with this blush. Then the second question is the oldest blush in your collection. Now, I've talked about this on my channel before, but I did a huge declutter during COVID before I started my channel, and I had a minimalist collection during that time, so I'm not someone that's that sentimental when it comes to makeup. I'm definitely someone that wants to be creative with makeup in my own way, and I want makeup to spark joy. I'm not like a full-blown Marie Kondo, but at the same time, sometimes you just need to like swap out all of your makeup to just start anew. So I don't have a lot of my old blushes here. So the oldest blush, and I'm gonna do this because I use it as a blush, but the oldest blush I have in my collection is this one by Westman Atelier. This is the Superloaded Tinted Highlight in Peau de Peche. Now, of course, the name kind of suggests it already. It's a highlight, so there is a lot of highlight properties in this, but I use this as a blush. On me, this is sort of like a weird blush, bronzer, peach toned highlight hybrid, and I'm absolutely in love with this blush. So this is the product that really got me intrigued with Westman Atelier, and this really opened up the rabbit hole for me when it comes to this brand. I fell in hard because of this little product, and it's still to date one of my favorite products of the brand, if not my favorite. And if you have never tried Westman Atelier, I definitely would suggest you to start with particularly this one. This is the Superloaded Tinted Highlight in Peau de Peche. Then we're going into the most expensive blush that I have. So I actually decided not to include the Superloaded Tinted Highlight as the most expensive blush, but I'm going to use this one. This is the Chantecaille blush. This is the Rouge Pearl blush in the shade Akoya. This is part of their 2021 holiday collection, and it's this beautiful, beautiful, almost intimidating sheer pink blush with just so much pearl reflect. I'm absolutely in love with this blush. I remember when I bought this, I wasn't really into blush, and I definitely am not someone that's into full-blown neon pink blushes. So I just kind of got this to get the entire collection because I have the highlighter. I also have the eyeshadow from the same collection. This was such an underdog. It's such a beautiful product, and out of all three pieces that I have, this one is still the one that I pull for the most. You can use this as a blush topper because of the reflective quality in them, but you can also just use it straight up as a blush. It doesn't translate this pink on the cheeks. It's a much softer pink, so it's very easy to use and less intimidating than it looks in the pan. And let's just talk about the packaging, for example. This is probably one of my favorite holiday collections in terms of packaging. That pearlescent, you know, top with the pearls on top, and just what a show-stopping piece. I had to get this collection. I fell in love with this collection. But this blush, pricey as it is, I actually would recommend it if you can still get it anywhere. I definitely would recommend you picking this one up. Then let's go into the cheapest blush I have in my collection. Now, I wasn't sure which one is the cheapest. I definitely got rid of a lot of my cheaper blushes because I do have a high-end and luxury beauty channel, and all of my budget goes through high-end and luxury beauty. This is kind of the niche that I want to be in. So I don't own a lot of drugstore products, to be honest. So I'm gonna give it to this one. This is a mini, so the fact that it already came in a mini size makes it cheaper, but this is by Rare Beauty. This is their soft pinch blush in the shade Believe. Absolutely stunning formulation, and this year was the first time for me to try it. Rare Beauty only came out, I believe, like last year somewhere in Europe, so it took a while for them to get here, and I feel like I've tried nearly everything of their line. I'm absolutely in love with their products, and I totally see why this is hyped up so much. I actually really like the mini because you can't really go overboard. You can do 2 dots and just blend it out on the cheek. You can also mix it with a highlighter, like a liquid highlighter, and make this a glowy blush. That's kind of what I like to do. It's just a very versatile product. It lasts all day. The pigment is just amazing and definitely worth the hype in my opinion. And yeah, the cheapest blush. I got this together with one of these mini lip souffles, and I feel like this is such great value for your money because these blushes last you forever. I don't have to use a ton. I don't think I could ever finish this little one, or at least will take me a very long time. Then let's talk about the everyday blush. Now, the blush that is great for everyday, and I use a lot lately, is this one by Rose Inc. This is Heliotrope, a very popular shade. First off, let's talk packaging. I'm in love with this toilet seat packaging. It always makes me laugh. Every time I see this, I'm like, it does look like a toilet seat. Look at it. You know, some people hate it. I'm like, there's so few makeup out there that can make you laugh. And I like it. I like the design. I like the fact that you can like put it up like this, and you can, it's refillable. This one says Azalea, but it is the blush Heliotrope. And this formulation is super beautiful. The texture of this, when you first get this, it kind of looks like suede. It is, I guess, a little bit more stiff than some of the other blushes that I have. This formulation stays on to cheeks forever. It definitely has some kind of airbrushed effect quality to the cheeks, and it does set down quite nicely. It is promoted as some type of like lip and cheek hybrid. I don't like this on the lips. It's too drying for me. So I definitely feel like it's more a cheek product than a lip product. These tones, by the way, so Heliotrope, whatever Heliotrope is, this is really what I'm into right now. This kind of like beigey pink muted blush, and I'm really getting into blush lately. Like blush is really making a comeback for me. For a while it was all about the bronzers, but no, it's all about the blush right now. Such a stunning blush and such fun packaging. I would love to get more shades in this formulation. Then from Everyday Blush, then they ask you what is your most colorful blush. I did have to think about this one because I do have the Westman Atelier Poppy, which is just like a bright pink. Then I remembered this one. I almost did not pick this one up. This is the Victoria Beckham Cheeky Posh blush in the shade Fever. How crazy is that? It's just a straight up, you know, like blood orange. It looks crazy when you put it on. I remember the first time I put this on, I was intimidated. I was like, I don't know where this is going. I'm used to the formula because I do have the blush in Playground. So I knew that they do sheer out, but I didn't know if this was gonna look any good on me. Now the shade Fever, so the name actually suggests that you could do that kind of feverish look, you know, for in the sun. You can really do that with this one. What I love about this one is not just that the formulation is so easy to blend, but they really nail it on the color. If it was too red toned, which usually blushes are, I don't like it. I don't like a lot of red tones on me. I am rosacea prone, so I do have a lot of natural redness on the cheeks, and I don't want to accentuate that. This one, because it kind of pulls orange and not red, you get this beautiful, like, I guess, orange toned glow. I did a review on just this blush if you want to see a little bit more in-depth review on this, but this is probably my most colorful blush and most surprising out of all of my collection. So now we're getting into a category that I kind of struggled with, because I guess a blush that gives you a lot of great memories, and I had to really look at my collection and think which one gives me great memories. And I actually think it's probably this blush, the Baby Cheeks Blush Stick by Westman Atelier in the shade Mimi. The reason why it's giving me like memory vibes is I remember not wanting to pick this one up because it was a website exclusive, and everything is so expensive if I buy it from the website, because I do have to pay a hefty tax on the website. But subscribers were telling me left and right, Sonia, you should get it. And it was kind of the first time that I was really, you know, getting to know my subscribers. I feel like before that I did have some subscribers commenting on my videos, and I kind of felt like I was getting to know people. But after this blush, I definitely felt like I sort of had some friends. Like I felt so connected to some of my subscribers, to you guys. And every time I see this blush, I definitely feel like this was a recommendation by subscribers, and it ended up being one of my favorite colors of my entire collection. I still pull for this so much. It's still a website exclusive. I don't think it's discontinued. It is, or it was, a limited edition shade, but I think there's a waiting list right now. I'll link it down below. But yeah, this one gives me great memories. Every time I see this one, I think about how subscribers influenced me to get this one, and I'm so happy. Then the next question is, which blush is worth the hype? And I decided to put my Gucci Blush de Beauté blush. This one is in the shade Rosy Beige. I have two of them. I did a dedicated video on these blushes, but I decided to put this one in. First off, if you are someone that's living in America, I know that the Sephora sale is coming up, and these I believe are at Sephora in America. I don't think they're at Sephora in Europe. For people that don't know, Europe and America do not have the same Sephora system, and not all the products that they offer in Sephora America are the same as Sephora France, for example. It's one of my favorites. I love the luminous side of this blush. I love this blush color. I love this packaging. I'm here for it, guys. Like, any hype that this got, like, and this got a lot of hype. Like, people, it's one of my most watched videos. People really liked my video on this. Instagram was full of it. I wasn't really on TikTok at the time. I really like this blush. I feel like it's easy to use. It's sort of like a blush slash highlighter in one because it's so luminous. And the packaging is just so cute. It has the little stars on it. And for someone that is a, you know, luxury beauty lover, I do want it all. And this really checks all of my boxes, I feel. Only criticism I might have is that this clasp is so shitty. Like, it's really hard to open. So I did nick the blush with my nail before, which kind of pisses me off every time I see it. But now I've learned to just, you know, open it with your fingers and not try to use this little like thing over here. Then next was favorite blush from favorite brands. I have a few favorite brands, but lately I've been really back into Charlotte Tilbury. So I wanted to check out my Charlotte Tilbury blushes, and I don't have too many. I'm gonna be honest, I don't have too many Charlotte Tilbury blushes, but I do have one that I've been really liking again, and that's this one. This is the Easy Lip and Cheek Wand in the shade Super Chic, and this is like a really nice mix of brown tones, a bit of peachy tone. It's just a very nice earthy color. And I really like this formulation. I also feel like if you are gonna go for a lip and cheek product, this is a really nice one to go for because it's really easy to apply on the cheeks, but it's also really easy to apply on the lips. And it is a little drying, but not too much. You use a gloss with this and you're good to go. I still really like my little, you know, 5-minute face sets. I'll be honest, I don't pull for it too much because it is in the box, so I don't see the products. So I have put this on my vanity to use up a little bit more, and therefore I have been really liking pulling that blush out and just enjoying that blush again. And when I did a video on Charlotte Tilbury not so long ago, I was really surprised at how great it looked, and I was like, why don't I use this more? So yeah, I think Charlotte Tilbury my favorite brand, and currently that's my favorite blush. Then most used, this is going to be a new blush in my collection, but I'm using this a ton. I want to use this every single day, so that's why I'm going to use this blush, even though it is quite new to my collection. And I'm talking about the Suku Melting Powder Blush, and this is in the shade 09 Karenzaki. I'm absolutely in love with this blush, guys. This paired with, for example, my Mimi blush, you don't even have to pair it, by the way. It's just, you know, I like to sometimes pair my cream products with my powder products, especially when they do a really nice pairing. But this one has a luminescence to it, like most of the blushes that I'm currently enjoying, because I don't like to wear highlighters, but I do like to have luminescence. It's also the blush that I have on my face right now, so the blush I decided to wear for today. And you can see that luminescence really peeking through. And this is, again, something that people recommended after I did the Gucci review, the Gucci blush review. People were saying you'll probably like this one because it goes on like a powder, but it kind of sets like a cream, so it looks like a cream on the face. It's just, it mimics your skin, but it does give you a little bit of that, you know, airbrushed veil, because my pores are gone. I'm absolutely in love with this blush, guys. I love this formula. I have 2 of these blushes, so I do want to do a dedicated review on them. But as for right now, yeah, this is my most used. Then from most used, we're going to most underrated blush, and I decided to put this one. This is the Danessa Myricks Duet Balm in the shade Sweetwater. This was my summer favorite. This is such a great summer color, Sweetwater. It kind of gives you the, I don't know, it gave me like watermelon vibes. I also did a dedicated review on this one if you want to see this, but what I liked about this, it's such a balmy formula, and it looks like you have such a wet skin. So for those days where you want to just look a little bit like, I guess, flustered and wet, this is such a great formulation. Then for most nostalgic, I don't really have a blush here that I want to talk about as most nostalgic because I do declutter my collection. I'm not that sentimental when it comes to blushes yet. Maybe in the future I will be. But I did have a blush in mind. So in 2018, I wanted to start my YouTube channel. I ended up doing this in 2021 because I chickened out. And the first video that I ever did, I hope I still have footage of this video. I probably somewhere I have footage of this video, but I wanted to do a video on 3 multi-pots by the brand 3CE, which is a K-beauty brand. And I had 3 of them, and I loved this blush formula. If I were to refer to anything as a nostalgic blush, it's probably the shade Diatima, and it's just one of those things where I wanted to upload the video. I finished it, I edited it, and there was a technical error, and I remember just going like, okay, well, okay. You know, the gods have spoken, I don't want to upload this anymore. I really just chickened out, and I don't know why. I wish I started my channel in 2018. I am sad that it never got uploaded, but when I think about a nostalgic blush, it's probably that one. I was absolutely in love with that formula, and I would like to have it again, but I have so many blushes, so I'm trying to be good and not just buy willy-nilly anymore. If I have the footage, I will include the footage here. You can see 2018 me trying to become a YouTuber. I hope the footage doesn't, you know, embarrass me too much, but I wanted to show you guys that I did really plan to already do YouTube for a long time now. And I definitely wish I started earlier. So anyone that's watching and wants a channel themselves, but are also afraid to start one, I definitely would recommend you to just start. My first videos didn't get any views, and I'm still here, like, kicking and screaming. So I still really like that I started. And I would support you if you really wanted to start as well. Then let's go to my final category. I don't have this blush in my collection anymore. I decluttered it because I hated it, because this is the most disappointing blush. I know, like, technically you should have like everything that's in your collection, I guess, in this blush tag. You know, a disappointing blush I don't need in my collection, but this year I tried the Chanel like La Pausa. Remember that collection? I can't even remember what the name was. And there was this really beautiful peach toned blush that I purchased together with my Mediterranean palette. And I absolutely loved the Mediterranean palette, and I loved the blush. But I guess 3 uses in, that blush hard panned on me so hard. It was an expensive blush. I put it in my like 2022 disappointments. I'm still kind of, you know, traumatized by Chanel powder blushes. But yeah, that powder blush, the Peche colored one, that one was a huge disappointment for me. Okay, so guys, that was the blush tag. What do you guys think of my tag blushes? Do you like these blushes that I talked about? Are you a blush person? Because I'm really getting into blushes right now. And I have another blush coming to me. I'm kind of embarrassed to say. I bought one of the RMS blushes. Ooh. It was pretty hard to get because it was sold out everywhere. So I actually got it from like some random ass website. Wait, I just got a package in the mail. So it might be this one. Oh my lord. Okay, wait, let me open this. Oh, it is. Oh, let's hope it's not broken. Okay. So I'm unboxing this on camera, guys. I feel like such a YouTuber right now. So this is the RMS blush, and I got the shade Maiden's Blush. Ooh, she's stunning. Look at her. Literally, the guy just came. Like, he was in front of my door in between the Chanel and the Nessa Meyerig's blush. And he was like, I'm calling your doorbell. Okay, let's swatch this one. I just need to. Wow, what a stunning blush. Okay, I think this is a really great outro. I got a new blush, guys. Anyway, I think this is a really great outro for me. Guys, if you liked any of these brands, these are brands that I do follow. Not all of them I follow religiously. I do try to keep my collection a little bit more condensed, and I definitely want to try to do that even more so in 2023. Want to shift off my content a little bit by being a little bit more mindful. So yes, this is a lot of blushes. I'm definitely not a minimalist, but I'm trying to not be a maximalist, if you know what I mean. But if these are some of the brands that you enjoy, then maybe subscribe to my channel, because these are brands that I like to feature on my channel. Also, if you liked this video, please make sure to press a like. Check out Martina's channel, because I do think that you'll like her channel if you liked mine. She has such a lovely personality. I don't know her, by the way, but she has such a lovely personality that I've been really enjoying her content. And she just did a sort of like a makeup organization video. I watched it from beginning to end. Okay, anyway, I was doing the outro. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what's gotten into me, but yeah, so I already said subscribe to my channel. I already asked you guys to like, and of course comment down below if you have any questions, because I'm here to answer all of your questions about these blushes. Maybe which one is my favorite, if I have any other colors. If you want to see swatches, I do use my community tab sometimes to show you guys comparison swatches for those of you that really have like pinpointed questions. Keep in mind, I don't have a huge makeup collection, so when it comes to swatches, I might be a little bit limited, but I'm happy to swatch anything for you guys whenever you want. And I'll put it in my community tab, but I'll also put it on my Instagram. My Instagram handle is Sonia__Butler. Whereas my YouTube handle, my new YouTube handle is Sonia_Butler. I figure that's a nice, you know, easy thing to remember. So yeah, subscribe, a like, a comment, do all the YouTube things, as Martina says. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys!